My money routine as a stay-at-home mom who leads her finances. I know it's hard for people to believe that non-income producing people lead their budgets, but this is very common and has been for a long time. There are households where one person earns the money and one person manages it. Why? Because it's hard. And usually the person staying at home also has the other responsibilities of like paying the doctor co-pays, planning the birthday parties, buying the clothes, all the things that like require having access to money and planning stuff. So I'm going to tell you how I do mine, and then maybe we can share some tips in the comments because I'm always looking for a better way to do my money because life is difficult. And I definitely don't know it all, but I'm here to share it with you, my friend, because I love personal finance. I coach people with money when they need an extra helping hand, and this is what I love the most. Getting good with money so we can experience freedom like we've never felt it before. Okay, that sounded like a radio beginning, so I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. The first thing I do is honestly once a month, I do a paper budget, and I will link it below. Actually, a YouTube creator that I love created this spreadsheet. She has a fixed and then a savings and then a variable spending and then a debt column. I put my debt column as a sinking fund either way, but I basically put all of the planned numbers in this budget. There is room for actuals, but I'll show you how I do my actuals in a minute. And I just take this piece of paper, I fill it out with all of our usual stuff, plus anything we think is coming up. And then I talk to my husband about it. And we're so good at this, we don't really have to do it once a month anymore. So maybe once every other month, but we do like to check in, especially if we felt like we overspent, and just everybody getting on the same page. This is the time where my spouse and I can really discuss if we have any questions, or can I purchase this month, or when are we going to buy that? And let's everything kind of be on the table for us to talk about and agree to, so everybody knows what's going on, because nobody should be left in the dark about money, whether you're leading it or not. So I involve my husband at this point. Now, during the end of the month, what I'm going to do is check my actuals on an app called Empower. It's completely free to use. Although if you do have $100,000 over in assets, they do start calling you, asking you for, hey, do you want us to manage your stuff for a fee? And you can just say, no, thank you. And then it's free. So I like this app because I can track my net worth in real time, and I can track all my expenses. So I immediately know exactly how much I spent on groceries, gas, general merchandise, all that stuff, because it's right there in the app. And I can just go, okay, my grocery budget was 900. I actually spent 1,000. Okay, now I know for next time. It's really, really cool. Empower itself doesn't have a great budgeting tool. But number one, I'm cheap as flip, so I have to use a free tool. And B, it's an excellent way to like track what actually happened versus my planned. So it's a great combination of paper and tech. And that's after like 12 years of doing my own budget. So you're going to figure out your own situation too, but that's my situation. So I have one check at the beginning of the month, one check at the end of the month, and it's a good time. Twice a month, I will pay off our credit cards and just check in with our checking account to make sure there's enough in there, how the savings are doing, and things like that. I'm really not going in there very detailed, like checking it every single day. I don't do that. I don't plan my life like that. It ain't going to happen because it sucks. I also like kind of check in with my sinking funds during that time, where I like look at everything that is sunk into something that's going to be a future expense to see if we're on target or if we need to pull from that for a specific purpose. So that's my twice a month. And then once a year or twice a year, I will look at all the upcoming birthdays and holidays and trips I want to take, and I will plan for those things. And that's a really fun time. I, once again, usually do that myself and then present it to my spouse, who can also put their input in because he likes it that way. He has ADHD, so he has a hard time initiating that type of work, but he loves to be involved. Actually, he did not like to be involved in the beginning. He thought it was stupid. And I was like, so you want me to carry the entire financial burden for our family and you just want to make the money? Because that sounds very 1950. Doesn't sound very cool to me because this is hard. And he was like, oh yeah, I do want to be part of these conversations. So now he does it, which is great, because sometimes the spouse that isn't involved with the money, they need some love, some support, some way that they feel like the budget meeting isn't going to end in a fight or make them want to pull their hair out, because sometimes it's uncomfortable. But we've got a pretty good routine now after 8 years. So hopefully it keeps going. That's it. That is all I do for my money routine. And like I said, it is so imperative for me to not be worrying about it every single day. I don't check it every day. I know what my numbers are. I know when I've gone over. And it's very freeing that way. So let me know in the comments below what you do to manage your budget as the leader of your finances. I would love to hear if you have any tips for me, and I will connect with you soon.